First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. This is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thanks for joining us. I wanted to pull this up for our topic today because we are talking about sea turtles, but that is our live shot there from Lincoln City, the Chinook Winds Casino camera, taking a look at the beach right there, and I got to say, it looks pretty nice, even though it was storming. And this is Fox 12 Now. We are live streaming here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom as we do every weekday, starting around 1 p.m., going throughout the afternoon, covering a wide range of topics. You can find us on YouTube, KPTV.com, and the Fox 12 Oregon app. So I always like to remind everybody of that, but you found us, so thanks for doing so. We are talking about sea turtles. So sea turtle season is now in effect for the Northwest, for the Oregon and Washington coast. We're gonna talk about what that means and what to do should you encounter one. Joining us right now, we have Tiffany Boothe from the Seaside Aquarium. And Tiffany, thanks for having time to talk to us about this. And I think, you know, one thing that may, just to start off, that may be surprising for most people is that there are sea turtles in the Northwest. And can you tell us about that and what we should know?
Yeah, so you don't really think about Oregon and Washington having sea turtles, but they do. The sea turtles will come up the coast. They'll follow the warm water current, similar to the tuna. And if they don't get turned around before the fall and winter storms hit, they can get pushed out of that current and into colder waters they're not used to.
So these are turtles that are normally in southern waters. So California, I would imagine. Maybe what's their normal habitat?
So yeah, Southern California, depending on the species, but yeah, Southern California down to Mexico and Hawaii. Those kind of areas.
But when we have storms and things that push those waters up, kind of like I guess with the cyclone that we had here a couple days ago, that will push them up on a stream up to the Northwest.
Well, they'll follow in the summer. They'll follow this warm water current that naturally comes up the west coast.
Okay.
And this current's offshore, so when they don't get turned around fast enough, that current during storm season can dissipate really quick, and they get in cold water and they get hypothermic. And if they're close enough to the shore and the wind's blowing out of the west, that's when you'll find them on the beach.
Okay, so that's when you can encounter sea turtles on the Oregon and Washington coast. And how often does that happen, that someone would see a sea turtle out there?
You know, it kind of depends on the weather patterns that we're having, but we usually get 1 to 3 a year here in our area of the coast. So down south, they'll get some, and then up north, they'll usually get some. So I'd say about 6 to 12 a year, maybe.
Are there any native sea turtle species on the coast?
They don't breed and live here full time.
Gotcha.
None of the species that we get, but we do see there are 5 different species that can be found along the Oregon coast.
And so this is entering the time frame when I suppose with the colder waters, maybe you can explain where it's more likely that we'll see them. Is that why it's sea turtle season right now?
Yeah, because this is the time of year that if they haven't gotten turned around and they're off the coast, when our weather patterns change and we get a bunch of winds from the southwest, when they get into the colder waters, they get hypothermic and they just kind of start drifting. And so the currents will push them on shore. And it's really important to be able to get to them quickly in order for us to get them to a rehab facility and hopefully get them warmed up, fed, and released back into the waters that they're more used to.
So let's walk through what somebody should do. So say you're walking down the beach, you know, maybe you're in Seaside right there, and you see a sea turtle on the shore. What's the first thing that you're supposed to do?
It'd be best just to call somebody right away. These animals, it's very difficult to tell whether they're alive or dead. When they're hypothermic, their heartbeat can slow down to 1 beat per minute. So unless it's obviously dead, we always assume they're alive until proven otherwise. And like I said, to get to these guys quickly, get them in a stable environment is their best chance of survival. They have a long road ahead of them. The chances of them even surviving is very, very low, but we all try. So if you come across one, you can call the Marine Mammal Stranding Network hotline. If you're in the Seaside area, you can call the Aquarium. You can also call Oregon State Police, usually has all of our numbers to contact us outside of business hours.
So get a hold of somebody right away if you do see one that's not normal, that's not something you just think that, oh, this is going through its normal life cycle there. This is something that needs help.
Yes, yes. Any sea turtle found on the beach in our area needs help. It
Yeah.
shouldn't be
Okay.
on the beach.
Good. It's not just hanging out there. It's in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, so for you, when you encounter one, and I know there was one that was found here just recently. What are the steps that you do once you arrive there? Because you mentioned that you have to go through several different things to try to help save the turtle.
Yeah. So what we do at the aquarium, we get them off the beach and then we try to transfer them to a licensed rehab facility. So there are a couple in the area. One is the Oregon Coast Aquarium, which is where our last turtle just went to. And then the Seattle Aquarium up in Seattle. And then there's another rehab facility called SR3. So we just do what we can to get them off the beach. You can't warm them right away. You'll put them into shock. So there's a huge process that it's very long. And the other aquariums that have more resources, they start that process for us.
Gotcha. To slowly warm them up and hopefully get them back to those waters that they need to be in. What else do you think is really important for people to know just about sea turtles in the Northwest, and should they encounter them? Anything else that's important?
Once you get a hold of us or a hold of somebody, it's easier if somebody will stay with the turtle because sometimes it can be really hard to find them. So if people are willing to stay with the turtle, wouldn't move it or try to do anything like that because they can have other injuries. They came in through the surf, and the surf during those storms is really big. So it's better just to kind of hang out with them, get a hold of somebody.
Just in the instance of, say, it's right there on the edge where it could get washed back in, would it be appropriate to keep it from getting washed back into the ocean?
Yeah. So when we have a sea turtle on the beach in Oregon and Washington, it's not going to survive if you put it back in the ocean. And same if it gets washed back out, it's not going to survive. Our waters are just too cold.
Gotcha. So it's okay to prevent that from happening, but otherwise leave them be and call somebody. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, great. And just real quick too, for the Seaside Aquarium, could you let everybody know about the aquarium and just what they can come check out there?
Oh, yeah, of course. So we have a very vivacious family of harbor seals. And then we house just animals you'll find right out here in the Pacific Northwest. So we're a true Oregon aquarium. We don't have any tropical species. Everybody that is housed here is all native. And it's just kind of fun to come check out what's in your waters just here locally.
Yeah, and right there in Seaside too, right down there by the waterfront. So very cool to go see that. I've been there myself a few times, so I love the aquarium. So love being able to make sure that people know about that. Well, Tiffany, thank you very much, for joining us to talk about this. Is there anything that you think we didn't cover that's important for people to know?
No, I think that kind of covers it. Thank you.
Oh, okay, great. All right, well, thank you, and thanks for doing what you do too. So again, everybody out there, if you do encounter a sea turtle, make sure it doesn't get washed back out into the ocean, and also get a hold of someone to come help out and get the turtle to where it needs to be to hopefully recover and rehabilitate. Tiffany, thanks so much.
Thank you.
And for everybody watching, this is Fox 12 Now. We're live streaming here, so we get to have different conversations throughout the day, and I appreciate you being here. I'll be back at 1:30 p.m., so you can join me then for another segment talking to Eric Gordonson from Around the House Northwest. We've got lots happening this afternoon. If there's breaking news, this is also where to go. Feel free to share this segment off of our YouTube channel, and that way other people can know, too, just what to do if you should encounter a sea turtle there on the coast. But thanks for joining us. I will talk to you soon. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.